Hey, I'm Kandi Kisky. Thanks for checking out the Whitetail Freaks YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new weekly content.
Previously on Whitetail Freaks.
The buck finally came in that we were after Curly. He waited till the last buck to be on the field.
It was the last days of the Iowa season, and after filling 2 bow tags, Kandi Kisky was determined to take one with her CVA.
We figured it was best, let's get your CVA kill out of the way, because another buck we were chasing had been coming out. We're calling Curly.
On January 5th, Kandi would find herself in a ranch king with little hope as the sun began to set. But right at last light, the deer gods would send their blessings. Out of nowhere, a 160-inch mature buck named Curly would walk into range and secure the number 5 spot on the 2016 Whitetail Freaks Top 10 Buck Down.
We got him. Curly is down.
This week,
All of a sudden, Don and I saw this big, heavy buck come out.
we're not going anywhere. Kandi is at it again.
And all of a sudden, to my right, here comes this old buck.
Kandi has been having a great year so far, and she doesn't look to be slowing down anytime soon. But not without some bumps in the road along the way.
He actually walks him off the field.
Don and Kandi will take to the Ameristep on Thanksgiving Day in hopes of some redemption from the day before. But Kandi will have some decisions to make before she makes her second appearance on Freaktown's 2016 Top 10 Buck Down.
I'm so excited. This is perfect.
Target practice is a must for all hunters. Some hunters will shoot 50+ arrows a day to stay in tune with that perfect shot.
I preferably don't like to shoot past 40 yards with my bow, just because of the poundage that I shoot is a lot lesser weight than Don, so I'm not getting the kinetic energy that he's getting. So 40 yards is normally my max with bow.
They say practice makes perfect, but let's face it, no matter how much you practice, when a buck steps in front of you, everything changes. The heart beats faster, common sense gets lost, and all because you have a live, breathing animal that could bolt at any second.
You know, I'll be honest with you. During the summertime, shooting my bow, we'll shoot out to 80 yards. I think for everybody, whether you're gonna shoot only at 40, you need to practice at 80. It makes everything, makes your release better, makes you concentrate 10 times better. But when it comes to hunting season, I'm not a 50 or 60 yard shooter, I'll be honest with you.
Even Don himself is careful about the distance he'll risk. Although he'll practice at 80 yards, when it comes time to hunt, the shot zone is about half that distance. It only takes injuring and never finding a prize buck one time to understand that ethics come before pride.
Probably 40 to 50 yards is my maximum shooting distance, and the bulk of my bucks have probably been killed at 20 yards. But with that said, I always practice at 80 yards with a bow. Now with a gun, you know, these CVAs are capable of shooting these deer and shooting good at 300 yards. The problem with shooting 300 yards is you have a 300-yard kill, and these cameras now, I mean, you're looking at something that's a little speck out there, and that's not what we're looking for at Whitetail Freaks. We want to have the best quality kills that we can get. So we try to keep the deer at under 100 yards with a gun.
It may come as a surprise to some to hear distances of 40 to 50 yards with a bow and under 100 yards with a gun, respectively. But it's at these distances that some of the best bucks ever to come from the Freaks have been killed.
I think we just drilled old dumpster a buck I've been chasing all year.
Well, it's late November, and Don and I decided to hunt one of our favorite spots. We had an Ameristep ground blind brushed into standing corn. We had a food plot in front of us, and sure enough, we had those comfortable Millennium chairs. which a lot of times I like to fall asleep. I know Don has to nudge me ever so often.
Dressing in scent lock to contain the human scent, spraying down with scent killer to cover anything that's been touched, and knowing where your target deer is making his rounds goes a long way. But there's one thing that the Kiskys do that Don has all but perfected. When he sets up his Ameristep blind, he brushes it into the corn in a way the deer will never know it's there.
These ground blinds are so deadly.
Setting up in the corn allows Don and Kandi to sneak in and out without spooking the game, and gives extra cover. But the corn isn't the only place to set up. Ameristep ground blinds can be set up almost anywhere. And now Ameristep has new designs like the Supernatural and Spirit blinds that provide an organic window shape to blend into the environment. A rugged spider hub frame and a replaceable shoot-through mesh. If extra room is needed, there's the Sanctuary blind with a 90-inch shooting width and a height of 84 inches. The freaks have harvested countless bucks in Ameristep ground blinds, and now in late November, Kandi is set up and hoping to continue that trend.
You know, it's one of our favorite times to hunt is when it's raining out, because it seems like the deer just let their guard down and come out in the open more. They had a really great morning, had a nice 10-pointer, beautiful 2.5-year-old. Been a good active morning. You know, we're getting closer to Thanksgiving, which, God, let's hope that these deer start finally break from their does. We'll get like a day or just a hunt, and then they lock back up. So maybe with this system coming through, maybe they'll move. Good morning so far. There he goes.
Kandi has been hunting a long time now, and she's learned from one of the best in Don. But there are some things that happen that are just hard to swallow, no matter how much experience one has. And Kandi is about to experience one of those things.
Deer is starting to filter back into the food plots, hoping to catch that last doe that was cycling. All of a sudden, Don and I saw this big, heavy buck come out. Yeah, he is. Is it that one that's been in front of the blind before? Yeah, that's him.
The mature buck with double split brow tines making his way into the field is a buck Don knows well. For the last 2 seasons, he has spent much of his time posing for the Brownies. Don has given the go-ahead to Kandi to take this beast out, and she's just waiting for him to get in range.
I didn't mean to do that.
You all good?
I'm good.
Guys, you get a heel right here.
What's he doing? And all of a sudden, to my right, here comes this old buck.
Get your pause button on.
I got it recording right now.
Okay.
Now they're gonna fight.
What's he doing?
Because of that thing.
Now you're chasing those on. That big one didn't do that to him. It did.
Yeah. Yep. He actually walks him off the field. And I mean, the massive buck was bigger than this nasty old buck, and which probably was 9 years old, and he was a definite call buck.
You gotta be kidding me.
Too bad Shy wasn't in this stand.
7-year-old would walk him off. I can't believe what he just did to you. In the back.
Maybe.
That bully. Son of a gun.
On November 23rd, Kandi was waiting for a special buck. But things turned ugly when she watched a 9-year-old bully cull buck walk a massive 170s class beast off the field.
The 9-year-old actually walked the heavy buck off the field, and I was like, are you kidding me? And then he didn't even give me a shot. He walked off.
It's a hard pill to swallow when you watch 2 shooters walk away without presenting a shot. The massive double-split brow tine buck would have been a great trophy. But Kandi would have been just as happy taking the old cull buck.
That's the buck I wanted.
Kandi didn't get a shot on November 23rd, but that didn't stop her and Don from heading out after a nice big Thanksgiving Day meal.
No, there's a bunch of deer coming. Walking straight from front of us. That's a buck.
It was only 3 p.m. and the opportunities would start flowing into the field. The first buck to come in was a goofy rack that Kandi would consider taking out of the herd. But after Don realizes who this buck is, he calls off the shot. 1 year prior, Don had an encounter with this buck, and he had a perfectly normal rack.
That's awesome when they do this, buddy. Look at this. There he comes. You'll see that point now. That's freaking cool.
Where is he?
Oh, I don't know yet. I have my rangefinder now.
You don't what?
They're inside now. I don't have my rangefinder now.
It might be kind of hard to do.
Heading and help me not.
Get your rangefinders out.
Shh, I can't reach up right now.
You better.
Don and Kandi watched this beauty for an entire afternoon, but opted to give this 4-year-old another year to see what he might become. Unfortunately, the free pass didn't go as planned, but Don wants to see if his rack corrects itself with 1 more year. The next buck that walked in would get Kandi on edge again, and she would prepare herself for a shot. But Don would call her off once again because it was a 4-year-old he'd already given a free pass to. The same 4-year-old that Candyland guest Shy Anderson encountered just a few days prior.
One he passed, yeah.
Passed.
Oh, he's nice.
Oh, yeah, he is Don. He looks awful young. You know what, he'd be a stud next year.
Probably.
Well, he just passed. But the Shy Anderson passed on Monday. He had him underneath the tree.
Beautiful footage on the tree.
Yeah, beautiful footage. I wanted to shoot him, but he said I can't. I think he's crazy. But what do I know? He's 4 years old.
150s type deers for.
Anyway, I also passed a wacky rack buck. So we got the wacky rack buck, Shy's buck, and then a buck the other day. We have an old 9-year-old in this, not here tonight, but has been out of his blind. He walked up a big buck earlier, a couple days ago.
3 big bucks in the last 2 times we've been in this.
That's awesome.
Watching Don and Kandi in action over just a couple of days will make one realize how much thought and energy they put into managing their farms. There's the heartache of your shooters walking off, and then the disappointment of constantly passing on young bucks. But then, there are those times when things come into fruition. And on this day, Kandi will have a lot to be thankful for when the double-split brow-tine buck walks right in front of the blind.
here he comes. He comes and he was all in the field. He was bumping does. He was, you know, we're just waiting for him to give me a great shot. Sure enough, the Browning Trail camera he was walking right in front of the camera all evening. And finally, Don was like, you know what, I think, you know, he's not gonna give you any better of a shot. Had the Tacticams rolling, so we knew that we were gonna catch it on film.
How far is he right there? Shooting for 30. Close to that hole.
He's in my hole.
Huh?
He's in my hole.
Oh, what do you want? Go there. Wait. Just wait. Wait.
Got him. Yes. I smoked him. That's exciting. I just shot the big buck that we were after. I'm so excited. This is perfect. Past Shy Anderson's buck that he was after, or that he passed, we had a goofy rack buck come in. Then we had another 4-year-old come in. Then I said to Don, I said, who's that buck back there? He goes, oh, that's what we want. So it paid off. It's early. It's only 4:15. Yes!
Kandi has a lot to be thankful for on this Thanksgiving Day. There were many options that the deer god sent her way.
Just done. Let's go take a look at him. Yes!
Kandi would have full faith while passing on those options to wait on the one that seemingly got away. And she proved her patience would bring home the prize. Coming in at 167 inches and holding number 4 on Freaktown's 2016 Top 10 Buckdown is Kandi's first Thanksgiving buck.
Man, what a fun hunt that was. We got out here early. Good thing we did, because at 2:15 we had all kinds of does entered into the field. And all of a sudden we started seeing lots of good bucks. The first buck came out was a goofy rack buck. I thought he was pretty cool. Don wanted to let him go because he said, you know, he thinks he was straight last year and all goofed up this year, so hopefully he'll straighten back out next year. Then we had another buck come out that we call Shy's buck, because Shy Anderson passed him up on Monday. I actually wanted to shoot him, and Don told me no, but I'm glad I didn't, because it always seems like the big boys are the last ones in. Oh my gosh, and this is the buck we were after. Shooting a nasty broadhead this year by Deadbringer, love it. The new Bloodsport arrows that I'm shooting just flew perfect. So I'm excited. Oh, it's awesome. What a beautiful, gorgeous buck. Had a great Thanksgiving dinner with the family, and now I got a great Thanksgiving buck.